Welcome to Take Me to the River's YouTube channel. I'm Martin Shore, your host, producer, director of Take Me to the River. Come often to our YouTube channel, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, as we continue to give you the very best in live music and featuring New Orleans musicians. Well, we have a new single coming April 8th. That's in one day. Tomorrow, April 8th. It's called Knockin by multiple Grammy nominee Ledisi. Our show tonight features a special behind-the-scenes look at this session, particularly looking at the interfacing and collaboration of Cyril Neville, George Porter Jr., and Ledisi. So enjoy this making of Knockin', and we'll be right back to give you a teaser of the song itself. See you in a minute.
By the time you get up past Melbourne Mead Street, there'd be like 40 strong on that neutral ground with some wine bottles and everything. But then,
then you had Great Town.
All of that. They meet up.
We wouldn't leave Valence and St. Charles until Great Town, Pinkertown, and Niggertown came.
So you was like strong. But see,
so then when
I came up, we didn't get along with them that good. With my era,
except during that time.
During that time, we
because
always
everybody
jammed.
had a common goal.
We always jammed.
We had a common goal.
We gonna get the Canal Street.
Get the Canal Street.
That was the goal.
By hook or by crook, or we gonna meet in Central Lock.
Yeah. So we get the Lee Circle, and then you gotta start running, and they gonna chase you, run around that block, and make them blocks, running up Barone Street,
you gotta go up Barone Street,
and hit Canal Street.
Go down Barone
Now, by the
Street.
time you get to Canal, it then disperse, and it's your own. The little smaller crews meet up. Like it be, the 8, 9, 10 from the 13th ward, and then you be on Canal Street. Up in the, who didn't get popped upside the head,
everybody
sitting in the bus, sitting in one of them buses, and they're gonna go to jail and wait and go stay in jail till after Mardi Gras.
Who got hit in the head?
Well, you was at the one. You was at this one. When I got this one on Tulane Avenue.
What you got hit? You got hit?
Oh man, the police at the baton, bro, caught me in the back of the head, bro.
Man,
that thing hit me and it did it. It was like an
electronic. One of them cartoon hits, where the stick hit you and then all of a sudden.
Man, I still got that mark, bro. I still got it. We was trying to go back home, but they sent us back Tulane Avenue to Claiborne Avenue. We was headed down Tulane Avenue, going to Claiborne, was gonna go back home.
Send you through the gauntlet. You had to, and then the other thing about St. Charles Avenue too was that it wasn't just the regular police. In certain little areas of St. Charles Avenue, they had their little private
cops,
that would jump out the bushes.
Stick a leg out, trip somebody and all this shit.
So you had all of this. So if you made it to down into the Lee Circle, basically it was a bad motherfucker.
No, that was the whole goal, to get there and then run for it. As soon as you get there, you see they waiting on you.
Yeah.
Make that little block and hit Barone
Street. The best
Street.
one we had was the time when about 6 or 7 police cars ran all in each other.
Oh, no, that's funny.
There was on one side of St. Charles Avenue coming from 2 ways, trying to stop us.
Trying to stop us,
And the cars ran all on top of each other and shit. It was a scene out of a movie, man. It was beautiful, man. Because they still didn't stop us.
They didn't stop us,
We still got the Canal Street. But what I was talking about the first year St. Aug marched.
I bet that
the
was
first year a black band.
What year was that?
Man,
what year was that?
I don't know.
Damn.
It was early.
That was 70, 71.
Wow.
And this was at
1970,
the height of that shit with the supposed desegregation of the schools.
All of
so
that.
everybody it was like one of them type of scenarios back in the day. And everybody was heated up and shit, So any little
all y'all fathers saying all that's something else.
That might have been 69.
That
That might have been 69.
That was the shit. You had to go walk.
All the other black people in any of them parades was the night parades where the cats carried the flambeau. Other than that, you won't see none of that.
Right.
So this year, and this was during the time when the parades used to go through the French Quarter and then to
it will come back. It will go through the
down
quarter and come
Wall
back.
Street.
It
go straight down
Wall
Street
and come back, go around and go.
Because it all ended up at the municipal
auditorium.
It
make that a turn, by the river and come back around and then go to Rampart.
And their intentions was to keep your ass off of Canal Street and out of that
Out of Burville,
you know. So when that band went down Burville Street that first time, they wasn't gonna keep all of us from down there.
Yes.
So some of us got down there, and it's a good thing because we was able to help some of them get the hell from down there because they was hitting the horn players while they had the horn in my busting teeth. They was throwing shit from on the balconies.
Wow.
I mean, it was like
It was bad.
hell.
It was bad.
You know, so yeah, and that was during the time that you go to jail before
Oh, you
Mardi
stay in
Gras.
jail
You
till
ain't
after.
getting out of jail
Till the next
until
week,
way
following
after.
week.
You might be in there
Thursday.
till after Lent.
At least Thursday.
You got home Thursday.
Yeah.
You didn't get home.
No, I
Wednesday.
remember one time I was walking downstairs and I saw Newton in the bus, in one of them buses. And because we you know when we was doing some, we was like we got bored or something, and we was throwing at some floats. We was throwing shit back at the float. You know, we was trying to hit motherfuckers on the float, and Newton got caught doing that shit. He got caught throwing at the float, and they got him, and he's in the back of that bus, and we're like, we ain't gonna see him.
You ain't gonna see him until
next
after.
week. Yeah, after calling him down, the whole shit over. Wow. That was the funniest stuff.
Probably more than 1/3 of the people in New Orleans here, or maybe close to half the people that's in New Orleans here weren't born here anymore. You know, the people that were born here, you can go knock on the door and they'll invite you in to eat. You know, that ain't no more.
How you been? You been good?
Good. Just
When you been spending most of your time?
Los Angeles.
You been out in LA?
Yeah,
all right,
I
all
live
right.
there
That's
now.
where you live, all right.
The
cool.
other LA.
I understand.
I like this one better.
I understand. I know. It's the name of the game, you know.
You gotta work.
Gotta be out there where it's happening, where shit going
Yeah.
on, moves and shakers and whatnot. Yeah, But you get
Exactly.
to come here when you feel like it.
Hello and
And
hide
eat some
out.
good ass food, and chill out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And don't talk to nobody. Just eat.
When you're from here, there's too much music from African music, Zydeco, jazz, R&B, funk. It's too much. It's all mixed together. That's our culture. So we can't help but be a whole bunch of things in one. I love when people try to categorize us in one thing. To me, Trombone Shorty isn't one sound. I'm not one sound. We're all these different sounds all jumbled up together. When you're from here, it's just you're born that way.
I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, but you ain't gon' win. I hear you knocking, I hear you knocking, I hear you knocking. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, but you ain't gon' win. I hear you knocking, I hear you knocking, I hear you knocking. That's his best. What you got?
It just felt natural. It wasn't contrived, it wasn't planned, and we waited until it felt even more like we had sang together for years. And I love that.
I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, but you ain't gon' win. I hear you knocking, I hear you knocking, I hear you knocking. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, but you ain't gon' win. I hear you knocking, I hear you knocking, I hear you knocking. Woo! Double album?
Y'all better do the dang thing.
That's right.
You have music. It's just a part of your birthright when you're here. And that to me is what makes New Orleans different. Even if you can't sing, you know what that feeling is. I'm excited. I'm excited calling my mom. Guess who I'm singing
Two of your
with?
biggest fans right here, and I didn't have no idea you was gonna be in here today.
Really?
They didn't tell me that. No.
Well,
if
I didn't
they'd
know
have
you
t-
was gonna be here,
no,
but
if
I'm
they'd
so
have-
happy.
If they'd have told me that, I would have been on time.
Oh, whatever.